Okay, so it is Supernatural, season 12, episode 4, and this episode was really good, starting from the beginning. When we see whatever her name is, the first lady who was killed, I just saw her walking in, I was like, okay, what's up with her? Why is she bleeding? Is she being whipped by a ghost? Real confused, and then she spins, and then her head just bleeding. I'm like, whoa, and I'm like, well, she's dead now, so, And then Sam and Dean go to investigate it. Dean is very snappy because he's sad about his mom. And then he texts his mom because he's worried about, calling her mom and making it weird. I'm like, oh, Dean, it's okay. But then, you see them talking, in front of the car in, their priest suits. And I was just, looking at that. I was like, their suits are too nice. I get for, the show, they have to have, high-quality clothing because they're, A-list celebrities. But also, for Sam and Dean, they don't have the kind of money to just be spending on these nice-ass suits. These are nice suits. They look good on them. They're well-tailored. And I'm just like, no. It's too nice. And I knew that when Dean was on the phone with Cass, that meant that Cass was not going to be in the episode, because whenever there's always a subplot with Cass, who's kind of in the season but not really, because he's not really in the season, but his character's involved, he's always within phone calls, but you never see him, and I'm just like, ugh. This is why I said last episode, if Cass is going on a mission, alone, he's not going to be in the episodes much. And that's, really, really lame, because I like him in the episodes. But then they go see the body, and then they see, what was wrong with her, and I was like, oh my god, there's just, a hole through her hand. That's great. Then they go to where she worked, and it seems sort of sucky to work in Child Protective Services, just because, she was basically killed because of it, just trying to help kids, and, I get that, logically there would be, a lot of threats and whatnot, and I'm just like, that's lame. But then, that poor delivery boy just wants to do his job and he dies, and I'm like, well, that sucks for him. And poor Magda had just a crazy family, and she didn't deserve that. But the scene when they're walking to, the Petersons' house, and Dean, goes over the fence, but Sam's just like, no, and he just goes around the fence, that it was, so simple. That scene was so funny. I loved it, because it's, so their characters. Dean is just oh, I see a problem, I'm just gonna go straight on through it. And Sam's like, no, let's think and evaluate the situation, we're gonna go around, logically, it takes less work. And I'm just like, that's so them. But yeah, those are basically just the parts before that I missed. This will be explained later. These are the parts before that I missed, and now we're going to move on to the parts I filmed after. Or before. Whatever. Okay, so I missed the first 2 sections of the show because, my TV wasn't working, and it was really, really annoying, but I fixed it now, so I'm on, the 3rd part, I think, maybe, who knows, but, it starts with the part where, Sam and Dean are walking into, the weird people's house, and they look really nice and really wholesome, and Dean is, really, really worried his mom will leave him again, and I'm just like, oh, Dean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna come back. I'm a good 90% sure she's gonna come back eventually, but I get his worry, and I feel bad for him. But yeah, I do not trust that family. I remember in whatever season that was, maybe season I don't think it was 9, I don't think it was that early, I think it was maybe season 7-ish, with the weird family that tied them to chairs and tried to kill them. I don't remember the plot of that episode at all, but I remember that they were crazy, so I don't trust them. Those people seem really nice and wholesome, and these people seem really nice and wholesome, so I don't trust them. And rightfully so, because they're keeping their daughter locked in a basement for some reason. But that part where they were talking to the family, and they were like, do you know God? And they were just like, yeah. Because Supernatural, and just... that's such a weird thing to have to explain. You never really notice or realize how tall Sam and Dean are, because they stand next to each other and they're both really tall, so they just sort of look normal height. But when Sam was talking to that woman, the height difference was huge. I was like, wow, Sam is so tall. But then Sam was talking to the woman about how she didn't really have to let her daughter die, and then I was just like, Sam, you need to shush or she's going to kill you. You need to shush. And then Dean walks into the room and his face is just uncomfortable. And they're both thinking of different ways that this can go down. Sam thinks it's the ghost of the girl, which it obviously isn't because she's alive. And then Dean thinks it's Beth. And I'm like, I agree. She's crazy. But yeah, I don't have enough information to really go off of right now because I missed the beginning of the episode, but I'm gonna watch it online afterwards, edit it all together so that it's in order, and it's all gonna be fine. Yeah, that's it. Okay, next commercial. Correction from the last thing that I said. I thought that Beth was the mom. Beth is not the mom. Beth is apparently the assistant lady who got the position at, like, the job. I didn't think that she was crazy. I thought that she was fine. She sounded like somebody who didn't really want a promotion. Like, you can tell the people who, like, killed to get higher up on the rank. She didn't sound like one of those people. And, like, that was shown in the show when she was like, no, I don't want this job. But, oh my god. I wrote in my notes when Sam was walking around, there's no EMF, and now he's gonna get kidnapped and tortured again. And look what we have here. I said he was going to get kidnapped and tortured again, and he's probably going to, because they found him talking to Dean about how their daughter is alive. And now we're gonna have to see another torture scene, and I don't want that. There's already been too many this season. I don't like it. I don't want it. And from what I understand, this episode is about the psychic, like, kids, and from what I understand, it's the daughter who's psychic, and then, like, the family thinks she's, like, possessed by Satan because she has, like, powers. But, like, I don't know why they are doing this to her. Like, what? It makes no sense. Like, what is the mom chanting? Is she trying to, like, exorcise her? I'm so confused. And why did she kill those people that were probably, like, gonna help her? Did she, like, ask for their help and they didn't help her? Like, I'm confused on what her motive is. It's high-key not cool what her mom's doing. But yeah, not much really happened in this, and like I said, I don't have much to talk about from the other episodes, so I'll see you in the next commercial. This bitch is crazy. This bitch is fucking crazy. She's fucking crazy. She's just like, oh, I love my family and my daughter's the devil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to poison my whole family and have us all go to heaven together. And I'm like, girl, no, that's not how it works. And then she stabs her son. And, great. She's crazy. She's fucking crazy. Damn, okay. Back to the beginning of that scene. Sam, talking about good old season 2 when he was a psychic kid. That was a cute time. And he was talking to her about how she's not the devil and how it wasn't her fault. It really wasn't her fault what she was doing because she didn't know how to control her powers. Okay, you gotta, like, work on that. When Sam was talking about how he was, like, a psychic kid and how he can, like, have visions and move things with his mind, and I was like, no, you can't. You can't anymore after, like, he came back to life in, like, season 3, right? Or was it season 5? Sometime when he came back to life and he was like, I can't do that thing anymore with the psychic powers. Something happened when he came back one of those times. I don't remember which one. I think it was season 3. Sam was talking about how his, like, visions didn't make him Satan. I'm like, that's very true. And it was also true that made him who he is. Because, you know, that was a big plot point in, like, the earlier seasons. But that line when the lady was like, pain purges sin, and then Sam's like, no it doesn't, and I was like, yes, that's really good character development from season 8 when he was like, these trials, they're purifying me, and I'm just like, he's learned, my baby. When is Dean going to come and save the day? Because 2 people have already died. We don't need another one. Where is Dean? He can't be that far away. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that they're going to take care of her. I hope that they can find a way to, like, send her to, why am I blanking on her name? The mom from Zack and Cody, you know who I'm talking about, who basically, like, homes all of the girls that just, like, really need a mom. Like, Jimmy Novak's daughter and that other girl who would, like, lure guys to be murdered. Like, that'd be cool if they could all just be sisters together. Yeah, that's really it. Next commercial. Okay, we're at the end of the episode. And I really, really liked this episode. This episode was really good. I liked the plot, and I liked the overall story that involved it. But, okay, starting with the last scene. I was so happy when we saw that everybody was just okay and that Magda was getting help from, like, the ambulance and whatnot, and that Sam had everything under control because Dean didn't make it in time. But, you know, Sam is, like, a big boy. He got it all done on his own. Very, very proud, very happy that she was okay. Don't really care about the mom because she's, like, evil, but the girl was okay. At the moment. We'll get to that. Dean says this line to Magda about how people need, like, space to, like, heal and stuff, and I was, like, so happy because I'm like, he gets his mom's struggle and he will be okay, and I was just like, yes. And then you see Sam talking to Magda, and I'm just like, Sam was so supportive, and he was just like, you know, if you need anything, you can call me. And I was like, yes, Sam is great. And I like really wanted them to bring her back sometime because like I really liked her character, and I thought that they could do more with her, but you know, can't really do that now because after that we see Sam and Dean walking to the car, and then Dean starts talking about his emotions, and I was so here for that because he always just represses it and always just tries to make it seem like it's no big deal when it really is. And he was just talking about how he felt and about how he like is self-aware of how he's acting, and I was like, yes, this is such character development. I'm so here for this. They need to communicate, because whenever they don't and then they like repress their feelings, that is literally the start of the season and the start of the conflict, like always. Whenever they go behind each other's back because they just like don't want to communicate, something always goes wrong. And then Mary texts back and she's like, yeah, I'm doing good, my phone was just dead. And she's like, you can always call me mom. And I'm just like, just take my heart and throw it on the ground. Why don't you? That was so sweet. But then we get to the final scene where it's Magda getting off of this bus, I think to go to California to go live with her aunt. They're like at this like pit stop or something. So she's going into the bathroom, and then she's passing this guy who's like working on his bike. And I thought that she was going to kill him and steal his bike because she didn't want to go to California. But no. Apparently this guy's like the Sandman that they were talking about before, that the British people were talking about, to come and like fix the Winchester's mess or whatnot, because you can see like the cross on his hand, which was like the cross that we saw before when we had that glimpse of him a few episodes ago. And he has a gun, and then he goes into the bathroom and shoots her, and I was so mad because there was no reason to kill her. He kills her, and then he gets on the phone with whoever, and he's like, I took care of the Winchester's mess. They couldn't deal with the problem as usual. And I'm like Sam said, she's just a girl. She deserved a second chance. She didn't do anything wrong. She was too young to know how to deal with her power. She isn't a monster. Like, she can't just, it isn't like her primal instinct to hurt people. Like, this is not how it should work, people. This is no. Very upset about that. It's like, she's just a girl. You didn't have to kill her. It's stupid. I don't like him. But anyways, this was a good episode. I did like the plot. I liked how it was different than a lot of the other like plots that we've seen before, where it's just like a basic monster or like a completely new one that doesn't really make any sense, or just a plot, like a singular episode plot that has nothing to do with like the overall plot of the story. But this one all connected, and it was great. We had advancements to the story. We found out that Mary was okay. Dean is taking it much better than I thought he was going to. So, you know, everything's pretty good right now. I don't really have much to say because this episode didn't have any like major plot points that were important other than like the Sandman showing up and being a dick. But yeah, looking forward to the next episode. As always, I love Supernatural. The season's just been going really well so far. Like, none of the episodes have been serious flops where I'm just like, ugh, this is boring, I don't want to watch this. Like, all of the episodes have been really good. Like, this season is really good. Very much looking forward to the next episode. That's all I really have to say.